Hi. Hi. Welcome back to Coffee Talk, the show where I usually make coffee. The series where I usually make coffee, drink coffee, and talk about mental health and stuff. We're gonna get disturbed by little friends this time because, the reason I'm not making coffee is no brand affiliation whatsoever, but I've said for a few videos that I've been having this iced coffee fixation. More so, honestly, probably just because it's so easy to make. As in, I don't make it, I just pour it. So that's the coffee for today. But it's also pretty fitting because, well, I don't feel like making coffee because, hey, she's gonna make me spill. This is gonna be a problem, but we shall see how that goes. Stop it, stop, leave it. My God, leave my coffee alone. Beep, beep. Beep, thank you. Okay, so we'll see what level of distraction or disturbance we get from these beautiful doggos that are definitely gonna fight to be the closest to me because that's a common occurrence on this couch. It's great. Oh my God, I did such a good job at pouring it. It's great. That's why it's been nice. It's good coffee, it tastes good, it tastes pretty strong. Can you lay down? It tastes pretty strong, so I like it. Like, it tastes like a good coffee. The fact it's cold, and technically there's a whole thing about how cold coffee versus warm coffee affects your emotion. I told you there was gonna be a battle to see which one is the closest to me. Nothing go there, it's a real thing. If I'm on the couch, there's a sitting battle to be the absolute closest to me. So I guess it's a nice, potentially, view or not. They're definitely gonna be confused. Anyways, the reason why it's also good that I wasn't gonna make coffee today, or that I am not making coffee today, is, well, the subject. Can we stop? Feel your feelings. I was actually supposed to make another video. I had another video that I was planning to make. Muffin, just pick a spot, please. Just go there. Just go there and lay down there. You know, you're good, you're close to me. Just go, pick a spot. Come on, go there. It's because she's trying to make Mocha walk away too. She's saying, like, I am liking that spot, but I don't want you to be close as well. See, there you go, and now you're on me. Perfect, awesome. Subject is feel your feelings. Oh my God, just chill. Feel your feelings. And that hijacked my other video because, well, I need to feel my feelings today. I was debating on, I had this other video I was planning on making, but some shit happened and I'm in my feels. And so I was like, fuck, am I gonna do nothing today? But then I realized, and it also comes with this disclaimer, if you are someone that has talked to me lately about struggling with feeling your feelings, I promise I'm not making this video as like secret message. What was it? Subtweet back then, I don't know. But it's not a secret message. Genuinely, I need to feel my feelings, and the fact that I have talked with some people lately, not just one person, so not even just you if you are that person, with a few people I've talked about this lately. So clearly the message seems to be needed. Okay, disclaimer done. Why do you have to feel your feelings? The thing about feelings and pain is that's your body and brain and soul's heart's way of letting you know that something needs to be dealt with, that there's something happening. Your body's usually the first one to tell you that something is wrong, something needs to be faced. And that's why a lot of the times we even get sick. Fun fact, there's a name for that. It's somatizer. Somatizer, somatic, right? Somatizer. Like if you're stressed and you end up getting headaches and all of that. Whenever a emotion shows up as a physical, or a feeling shows up as a physical health issue, somatizing, you can look it up. I learned that last week. But yeah, why the thing about your feelings and pain is that's your body or your heart or your brain's way of letting you know that you gotta face something, that you need to address this. It's not just a question of facing something. Your brain's not just going, yo, face this shit, come on. It's saying, I need to make sense of this. I want to understand this and heal from this. This is making me have a harder time function the way I'm supposed to. Please address this. So the thing is, you can try running away from your emotions as much as you want. You can try running away from your pain as much as you want, but emotions and pain are like the perfect marathon runner. As in, no matter how long you run, no matter how hard you run, the day you stop running, it'll still be right there behind you. It'll always keep the pace. It'll never get slower than you and not catch up. You can't outrun pain. You can't outrun emotions. All you're doing instead, imagine it as a snowball following behind you. So the further you run, the more it snowballs, the more it grows, the more that pain makes itself really strong. A lot of the times it's because it's your body and brain going like, please listen. Hello, I need to face this. I need to deal with this. No matter how painful it is, waiting longer makes it hurt more. It makes it more painful. The longer you wait, the more intense your brain has made it or your heart has made it. The snowball has grown. So I guess this first point is running away from your pain doesn't really help. doesn't do anything. Even if you think you managed to bury it deep inside, I promise you it catches up one day. I know, because I did that. I buried my emotions deep inside between early childhood, early teens, and then when I was a teen and when I became a man, that's when I shoved all my emotions away and all that pain away and everything. And then I was just a void, just nothing at all for so long, numb. They're so confused. Until one day it caught up. And it caught up really fucking hard. And there's also the other side, which is like, I'm sad that I did that. I understand how I came to do that back then. I needed that. That was what I thought was the solution. And so I did. And it's the same for you. If you think you've been running away from your emotions, allow yourself to be aware that, well, this is what you thought was your solution. So even if this video convinces you that that was wrong, it's not wrong. It wasn't wrong. You can only choose to do what's right in your perspective from here. Just like doing that before was right in your perspective. But I did that. I locked it all away forever. And then it caught up one day. And I'm still fucking undoing shit from it. I'm 30. Had I faced my stuff as I went, had I had access to the help that I'm getting now earlier, there would have been potentially less damage. Because the longer you go, the longer you cause more damage. That snowball ends up destroying a couple things as it follows. Can you not eat the table? Yeah, we're not eating the table. She's regressing. She started eating my bed frame again this week, and now the table. All the bite marks on my bed frame and the table are from her when she was puppy. This video is pretty hard to make because I'm actively feeling my feelings, and I just chose to still make it in spite of it. And I think the main point, I'm making the fucking point, feel your feelings. That's the main point I'm making. But the reason I'm making that point is because if you try to rush through healing or ignore healing, then in the end, the only person who ends up losing from that, the only person who ends up having more suffering from that is you. And you're so tired of everything else making you suffer. So why add on to that plate? In my case, where I struggle the most, because now I face my feelings, I actually not enjoy, but when I know I have to feel shit, I will allow myself to feel shit. My problem usually is trying to rush it. I try to feel shit for a day and then tomorrow I should be good. And sometimes it is a day, and the next day, thanks to ADHD, I've moved on or I've already learned the lesson. Can we not have your butt in the shot? Oh boy. Yeah, sometimes the next day, thanks to ADHD, I've already learned the lesson. That's at least nice. But that's my problem. I tend to rush it. Even today, as I was feeling my feelings and I had this other video planned that I was supposed to record, I was thinking, just rush through the healing, just sit with them for a bit, try to make sense of everything, try to deal with it all so that you can go and record. And in reality, the answer was just don't record that one, record this one. You're in it. That's the best time to make it. I want to tell you that facing your feelings, feeling them, sitting with them, making sense of them, allowing your heart and mind the space and time it needs to heal from that, to feel it, to go through it. That was a grunt. It will help. It helps. It gives you strength. To allow yourself the time to feel your stuff doesn't make you weak. It makes you stronger because you feel your stuff. You make sense of it. Some part of it can be just fucking feeling it, losing it, Can't think about it, just feel. And I think when you can, I guess I'll get to that point, but you can try to build a system that helps you transition from the fully feeling to the feeling and observing. Because you're not just the person feeling. You're the person observing that person feeling. Your soul and your mind are two separate things. And so then let's get to how do you do that? In my case, music. And it depends on the day. Some days it'll be super depressing music to fit the mood. Some days it won't be. It's whatever speaks to me at that moment. I have a couple artists now that their lyrics seem to target exactly what I'm dealing with or seem to trigger exactly that right place in my heart to think about that. I never use music as a way to torture myself, like to fucking snowball it into the bad feelings. So whenever music makes me feel too shit, then I know it's not the right music to listen to. So music, and then I have usually one, but lately a new one, forever, and especially when I was in peak PTSD flare-ups, like I was paralyzed for months, at least a month. I was like every single day paralyzed, couldn't do a fucking thing. When that was at its peak, all I did was listen to music and solve Sudoku. That's just my thing. I love Sudoku. I've loved it since I was young, and I just flow with it. I really get into flow. The reason Sudoku helps me is because I feel like it activates my frontal lobe. And what happens when you're feeling your feelings or when the feelings flare up so intensely is everything is in the amygdala. Everything is in the feeling part of your brain, and the front shuts off, especially if you've had trauma. If you've had trauma, your frontal lobe shuts off. No activity. Everything goes amygdala. when you're in that heightened state of emotion. And I guess I can't speak for everyone because not everyone has trauma, but in my case, that's what happens. When I get a flare up, everything goes back here. It's feelings. And I know it because I start not being able to make sense of things. I start not being able to make any sense of the things around me, even something that's simple. Suddenly everything seems impossible. The emotions are stronger. And doing a thing that activates my brain, that activates the frontal lobe again, like in my case, Sudoku, could be crosswords, could be drawing, could be, it literally doesn't have to be something that makes you think. In my case, it helps because I don't have to think about Sudoku. It's like an automatic thing by now. So whatever it is that your brain can kind of do that with, sometimes gaming is really good. I use that too. I use it less in a flare-up. Usually if I'm really in a heightened state, I can't game no matter what. It's pretty good to game for the same reason, but that's usually added emotions on top of my shit, so it's too much. I'm too heightened. Just music and Sudoku is what helps me. And then lately, I don't know why, but I started trying to solve Mahjong. I kind of suck at it, which is frustrating. Sudoku is all about actually making sense of it. Mahjong, I suck because sometimes there's a hidden tile, and then I do all this work only to find out that the fucking, out of luck, the hidden tile is the one I need in order to be able to complete everything. And then I'm like, shit, parentheses done. Figuring out a system that gets you either activated in the frontal lobe or activated physically can help you then make sense of things. It helps me at times, but some people, cleaning. Going on a walk, obviously, is one of the easy ones. I'm lucky I have 2 dogs. I do a fuck ton of walks every day because I walk them solo as well. I definitely get that out of my system. I get to be active in a way that helps. A walk, I usually have nice music. Once again, my brain can do the thinking. Even if you don't have a dog though, if you can walk, it's winter right now. Well, depending on where you're at in the world, I guess. But if you can still make it happen in spite of winter, then going on a walk is good. If you can't, clean your place. Do jumping jacks, whatever it is to get physically activated so that not all your brain function is firing up in your amygdala. Anything that allows everything else to function again, to bring back the system, your whole body system, mind, body, feelings, senses, to bring back that whole system. Anything that can help that, it's gonna help you deal with your emotions because just feeling them could put you in them. And when I say feel your emotions, I need to clarify that, but I'm gonna have a sip because my throat actually hurts. That's how you know this is a real thing I'm dealing with right now. My throat's getting activated, meaning those emotions are still in my body. The feelings that I'm feeling are still here and it's harder to talk about. I'm less able to use my vocal cords, my throat, to express it out. To me, it shows up like that. So finding something that activates your senses, whether it's just activating your frontal lobe by solving something, by doing something, even if it's just basic. You could draw, you could write random ass words, you could draw a square if you want. Like you could over and over and over and over draw the square. And then eventually what happens is that activates it. And then you can start making sense of your feelings. One important thing when it comes to, that's what I was supposed to do before I took my sip. One important thing that it does not come down to when you're feeling your feelings is reliving the moment. Reliving whatever it is you're feeling. That does you no good. 0. Unless you're trying to make sense of it. And still there, a lot of the time you're trying to make sense of it with a bias, with subjectivity. So reliving a situation 90% of the time, 95% of the time, isn't how you want to deal with this, how you want to feel your feelings. Because it does nothing good to you. It's been proven through a lot of research, like trauma research, literally discovering that talking about the event that caused the trauma isn't necessary in order to heal it. And sometimes it's actually the opposite, because all it does is bring you back into that heightened state, and then everything else shuts off, and then you can't make sense of anything and you can't heal with it. So when I say feel your feelings, I am not saying relive whatever those feelings are about or from, because you don't have to do that at all. Allow yourself not to do that. It doesn't mean don't think about it. I'm not saying like, don't think about it at all. Like, I don't want your brain to go black or white. I'm either thinking about this or I can never think about it. You're allowed to rethink about a situation that's hurt you. Yes, but don't dwell on it. Don't make it all about that. And if you do, keep objectivity, approach it with curiosity. That's one I do a lot, which is, why does that affect me? Why did it go like that? Why does that hurt me so much? How do I feel now about it after the fact? Or what am I not seeing here? Approach it with objectivity and curiosity if you are going to think about whatever is causing your feelings to be necessary. But yeah, you need to feel your feelings. And the reason is you end up so much stronger from that. And you need to allow that. There is no time limit on feeling your feelings. You can run as long as you want. They'll catch up to you and be bigger. And you can try to rush them, but rushing them, you'll never heal 100%. If I rush healing my ankle that I just hurt, it's healed at about 50%, and then I start running on it again. It's not gonna take long for it to fucking snap again. But if I take the time to heal it to 100%, to do recovery, then I can hope to run again like it was prior to that. And sometimes it never is, but then I can run again to a good level. I can find a new good. Feel your feelings to allow your mind to make sense of it, to allow your mind to understand it, understand all the parts where you are not involved, where it's not your doing. Understand the parts where it is, but understand it. That's all your brain wants to do. It wants to make sense. Why does this hurt so much? You touch a stove, a hot stove, your brain goes, shit, this hurts this much because of this. I touch it, it's hot, it burns. Great. Not great to do it, but great. Oh, I understand where. And so it doesn't dwell on it. You're not dwelling on, fuck, do I touch the stove again? You just know. That's all your brain's trying to do. Make sense of a thing. And sometimes the thing it's trying to make sense of is impossible to make sense of. So at that time, you got to go, hey, this is not possible to make sense of. The sense of it, the logical 100% aspect of this would never have happened that way. And that's when you go, so it doesn't make sense. And that's okay. That's how it is. So then I can try to deal with it and heal with it. That was a nice little line. I think we tend to view feeling your feelings as something you do against yourself. And you kind of are when you're torturing yourself with it. So what I'm trying to say is like, even when you just allow it for the right reasons, we tend to be like, I'm doing this from a place of weakness. It's not. It's a place of kindness to yourself. It's a place of confidence. It's a place of care and compassion. It's a place of strength. The weak choice between feeling your feelings or running away from them is not feeling them. That's the strongest choice you can make. You definitely didn't notice a cut just now. I did not have 2 dogs right around me. So this is what I hope for you, that you allow yourself the strength to feel your feelings. That feeling your feelings is a tool you learn to use in order to heal your feelings. And that feeling your feelings is something you learn to actually like welcome and appreciate and see the benefit of for yourself, so that you immediately see it as a tool in the future when feelings do erupt. And just like anything else, the more you do it, the better you get at it. First time you try to do a backflip, but if you keep at it, you can eventually do a backflip. Maybe one day you can do a double backflip, I don't know. So it's the same with feeling your feelings. If you think, fuck, at first it's just a fucking mess, I hate it, it makes me feel like shit, okay, but keep trying. Keep trying. Have this reminder. Don't torture yourself. If you need, create a post-it system, a little post-it note. Don't torture yourself. And then when you're sitting down and allowing yourself to feel your feelings, shove the post-it note right in sight so that every time you do peek at it, you're like, right, but I'm not trying to torture myself here. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to make sense of things so that my brain can understand it, heal, grow stronger from it. I'm doing this for me because I don't want to run away from feelings for that long, because I don't want to lose myself running away from feelings. And I don't want those feelings to beat me down forever. I just want to be me again. I bet you think that. I'm gonna go continue to feel my feelings. YouTube doesn't care anymore about likes and comments and subscribing. You can still do that if you want, but what they do care about is that you watch more videos. I'm not even kidding. That's how they view value in a video now. So if you want to watch more of me talk about mental health and stuff, you can click right here and enjoy yourself. And that's it for me today. Have a good one. I'm gonna go feel my shit while I edit. Duh. And finish this coffee. Bye. That's it. Daddy is done. Daddy is done.